Hey friends, today we are going to discuss on very important and very unique topic. Friends, whenever we build any software or any project, we don't show the coding or the commands to the end user. What we show is a screen. So that screen is the graphical user interface or GUI or even GUI. So it is very important that our GUI must be classic, user friendly, clean and clarity. The user must be confident while using the software. It must be interactive with the user, and it must be less maintainable, and most importantly also understood to the layman's, that is, even if the non-technical persons who are using our software should be comfortable and confident while using the software. So guys, if you are not comfortable with my this English version of tutorial, you can use my Hindi one also. So welcome everyone, my name is Ayush Chatpalliwar. I'm a student of Priyadarshini Indira Gandhi College of Engineering, and I'm expert in Python, and Dr. Nilesh Sherke has made me expert in Python programming. So his mission is to make India coaching free, and this is my small contribution in regarding his mission. So I'm having my small contribution towards his mission. So let's begin with our today's lecture. Before starting GUI building in Python, the most important feature of GUI building is tkinter. Tkinter is a GUI library in Python which supports graphical user interface. This module, when combined with Python, makes fast and easy GUI applications. So before going to our GUI, what we will see today is, you can see on the screen there is a small GUI which is a simple interest calculator. So today we will see how to make a simple GUI which is in front of your screen. This calculator is nothing but it accepts three inputs from the user, that is the principal amount, the rate of interest, and the time in years. And once we click the calculate button, the result will be flashed on the screen. So let's go to build our GUI. Before that, today I will be using the Anaconda Spider editor. So whoever my friends who don't have Anaconda installed, I would like you please refer the video lectures of Dr. Nilesh Sherke sir, so that you will be comfortable with Anaconda installation. But still I am giving you a small brief of how to install Anaconda. To install Anaconda, just go on the link which is on your screen here, this link. Please use that link. So when you go on that link, please download the Anaconda file. Once you download and install the Anaconda, this interface will be there on your screen, which you are seeing now. So here there is a spider module which we will be using today. So once you launch this spider module, I'll show which screen appears. So such kind of screen is appeared when you launch the spider editor. So let's see how we can use this spider editor. On the left you can see this is the editor side of the spider file. On the right corner, top corner, this is the variable explorer. So what is a variable explorer? A variable explorer is nothing but whichever how means how many you use the variables, all the variables are seen on this screen on the top right corner. And the below given is a, what we can say, below given is a console, means all the outputs and all the statements are print in this console part. So let's begin. Let's take a new file. Let me save this file first. I'll be saving it with the name simple interest. Okay, save. So our new file is ready. So to build a GUI, what is the most important thing is the tkinter module. So first we will have to import this tkinter module. So to import this tkinter, just simple statement is there, from, sorry, this f must be small, from tkinter import Star. Star means all the module from the Tkinter module will be imported. So our module, let's run this. If there is any error, the module will not be imported. So there is no error, means our module is successfully imported. So now let's go and begin our first window. So to build a window, we need to make the object of Tkinter module. So since we are making a window, I'll make the object name as win. Win equals to tk. Okay, this will make our window. So let's try to run it. Okay, it's running, but are you seeing any screen? You will not see the screen, because to see the screen you will have to make the window hold on your what we can say, on your desktop. So to make the window hold, you need to apply a function win.main loop. This main loop function is very important to call. If you don't call this main loop function, your screen will not be hold, or it will not be displayed. So now let's run again our GUI. So once I run this, here you can see a small window is there. It is having three basic buttons, that is a minimize function, a minimize button, maximize button, plus the close button, and the whole window is appeared. So friends, can you see that the window has a name? Its title is just TK. So I would like to change the title of this window. So let's change the title of this window. Win. And one more important things, friends. Whenever you do a coding for GUI in Tkinter, just make sure that all of your code for the GUI must be about this win.main loop line, because if you will type anything below this line, that part will not be in your GUI, because it will not be on your window. So to make sure that your attributes are on the window, please type the code below above your win.main loop line. Okay, so to give the title, a simple function title is used. Win.title, and in the argument you will just give the name of your window. So I'll give the name as simple interest calculator. Okay, so let's see. Yes, wait a minute. Yes, you can see the title is changed. The title here you can see simple interest calculator. So now I'll change the geometry, means the height and width, because you saw that our window is very small. It's very small. We need to change the default size of our window. So to change the size of our window, there is a small function, that is geometry function, win.geometry. So we'll simply give two arguments, that is the height cross width. It is in cross. So I'll give 400 cross 400. So let's see, is it okay? 400 cross 400. Oh yes, I think it's okay for a calculator. So you can see the width is 400 and the height is 400. 400 cross 400. If you want to increase the height, you can increase the second parameter, that is after the cross. If I give it 600, the height will be increased. See, the height is greater than the previous one. And if you want to increase the width, you can change the first attribute, that is before the cross. See, the width is increased now. So I think 400 cross 400 was perfect. So have you observed one thing, guys, that the location of this window is not stable? Means uh, sometimes it was here, then here, then here, then here. So I want this window to be at the center of my screen. So to fix its location by default, I'll give two more attributes, that is plus x and y coordinates. So I'll give 500 plus 200. This will make the this will make the uh, this will make the window appear at the center of the screen. So let's see. Yes, now it is exactly at the perfectly at the center of the screen. So now geometry is set. So now let's give a heading. What we have given here is the title of our window. Let's give the heading of our window now. So to give the heading, we'll have to use a label. A label is that we cannot write anything on the GUI. If you have to write something on the GUI, you will have to use a label function. So let's build a label of heading. So since I'm using a label, I'll be using a prefix for every attribute that I use in GUI. For every attribute, there will be a specific prefix. Since it is a label, my prefix here will be LBL. So LBL, since it is a heading, so head, LBL head is equals to label function, and here I'll have to give this object of my window win. That's it. And another thing is the text for that label. So my text is text t small. Text is I'll give the heading welcome to calculator or welcome to GUI. Welcome to GUI. Okay, I think it's okay. Another thing is that you will have to make that label appear on the window. So to make it label or make that object appear on the window, three functions are used generally, that is pack, place or grid. So here I will be using the place function using the object name lbl head dot place. The place functions requires two attributes x and y. Here I'll keep the x as 100 and I won't give the y coordinate because I want the y to be 0, because I want the heading to be at the top. X means it will shift towards the right, and y means it will increase its height, means it will go more downwards. Means if you increase the height, the object will move from left to right, and if you increase y, it will move from down to bottom. So I want it to be at the top, so I won't change. I will keep the y as 0 and x is my 100. So let's see if it's working. Yes, you can see welcome to GUI, a label is there, but it's more towards left. So I'll try to bring it more towards right. So I'll increase this x value. Let's give it 120. And now try. Yes, it had shift a little bit more. But guys, can you see that it's what we can say? It is very small. It's not like a heading. It's like very small written. So I would like to change the font style and font height, and I would like to make it even more bold. So we'll use another attribute in this label function, that is font. So in this font attribute, we can give 2 to 3 arguments. So first argument I would like to give is the font style. Here I will use just Times New Roman. Sorry, ROMN. And the font height I would like to give is let's try for 15. And I would like to make it more bold. A comma should be there in all the attributes. Bold in quotes. The font height is in integers, so don't give quotations in it, but make sure you give quotations for Times New Roman, means the font style, and the bold. So let's see if there is any change in our label. Something error is there. Font, oh sorry, here font equals to is necessary. Font equals to, and then the arguments. Now let's see. Yes, you can see this welcome to GUI. Now it's bolder and its font has been changed, and it's, if we'll increase it furthermore, it will be more bigger than the previous one. See, welcome to GUI, but I think 15 was okay. So now let's try to change the color, the background color of our label. It was black, so let's try to make it red. So to change the color of the text, there is a command foreground, FG. FG is equals to, just give the color name, sorry, give the color name in quotes. So I'll give red, FG equals to red, and there should be a comma between every attributes of label. Let's see this, if color is changed. Oh, something is wrong. Font FG is equals to red. What happened? Let me see. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this comma is missing. Okay, let's see now. Yes, we can see, you can see that welcome to GUI is now appearing in a red color, and I think it's perfect. So now let's move on to, so our heading is now complete. We don't need to give much heading. Heading is okay, welcome to GUI. Now let's create another label. So you can simply, now I want to I want to ask the user to enter the principal amount for the calculator. So I need to give a label for that. So to give this label, I'll just copy this code. I'm making another label for the user to enter the, I'll just remove this red color. For that, I want it to be in black. I'll just change the name of this object. Since it is also a label, I'll just keep it LBL. But since it is for principal amount, I'll keep it as LBL PAMT, principal amount. I'll need to change in both the sides, LBL PAMT, and the text will be enter principal amount. Principal amount. Okay. Now I need to shift the X and Y coordinates also. So I want it more close to the margin. So I'll just keep it 20. And the Y, now I need it to be more downwards because it's not heading. It's a label. It should be at the bottom of the heading. So I'll try to give Y as 50. Now X is 20, Y is 50. Let's see if the location or is everything is okay. Yes, I think it's okay. Enter the principal amount. It's perfect, but I think it's much bigger than, means it is equal to in height with the heading. I'll make it more small. So here I'll just change from means in font. I'll just change it from 15 to 13. 13 will be okay, I think. Let's see this. Yes, it's okay. Enter principal amount. It is smaller compared to the heading, and it is in perfect position where I want it. You can change it wherever you want it just by changing the X and Y coordinates. So the label is perfect. So now I want the label. Now I want a text box in front of this label so that user can enter his what we can say, user can enter his input in this label, in this entry box. So now let's make an entry box for the user. So since for label we were using LBL as the prefix, so for entry we will be using EN as the prefix. So EN principal amount, it is entry box for principal amount, so EN PAMT equals to entry function, and we need to give the object of our window. So just give the object of our window. We can't give any text because it is the user input, so user will just type in the entry box. We don't have to give any text in it. So let's see if our if we get any entry box. No, because we haven't placed it here. Like here we have placed our labels. Similarly, we'll have to place our entry box. So to place an entry box, same command enpamt dot place, and we'll give the x and y coordinates. So here I'll give x should be more because I want it to be more towards right, uh, beyond the center. So let's try 200, and y will be, I want it in the same height of the label. I want it same height in the label of principal amount. So my y will be the same. So my y is 50, same as the label of enter principal amount. Let's check if it's there. Yes, you can see our label is here. You can see that I can type here, but it is, I need to shift it somehow towards right, because my amount p is not viewable. So I'll move it more towards right. Let's make it 20. Now run. Yes, now it's perfect. So now I want its width to be more. I will just increase its width, and you can see the letters are more, much smaller than, means I can make the letters even more bigger. So to make the content of the entry box more bigger, we can use simply this font function. You can just copy this and we can paste it. Just give a comma, paste. I think 13 will be, I'll change it to 15, otherwise it's all okay. And another thing I'll add is the width equals to, so the width I'll try to give it also 13, and a comma is necessary. So now let's see if our height of, means the width or and the text entering in the entry box is bigger. Yes, you can see the text is now bigger and bolder, which is, I think, okay to see. Perfect. So let's move on now. So you can see a label for principal amount and a text box for the same is there in our GUI. Now we'll have to give similar a label for what we can say, similar label for rate of interest and its input. So I'll just copy this whole and paste it. But make sure that you change the object name. Now we are giving the label for rate of interest, so LBL ROI. Similarly here also LBL ROI. Here I'll change the text. Here text will be enter rate of interest. Perfect. And now I'll just change the name. Yes. Now X and Y coordinates are also needed to be changed. My X will be same, but I want it more downwards. Means it should be below principal amount. So I need to change the height. So height is regarding Y. So from 50, I'll make it to 100. So 100, I think it will be okay. Now again, I'll need to change the second entry for, means the entry for rate of interest, means ENROI. I'll change in the name here also, ENROI, and no text given. Okay. X is 220. Okay. Y will be similar to that of label of ROI. So Y here will be also 100. So let's see if it is there in the place I want. Yes, perfect. You can see that it's exactly where I wanted. Exactly. Rate of interest, enter principal amount, you can enter the amount, enter rate of interest, you can enter the rate of interest. That's it. So similarly, we'll do the same coding for time also. We need the time for what duration we need to calculate the rate of interest. So similarly, I'll just paste the code for time, just make some changes. LBL time. Here also LBL time. Okay. X will be same 20. Y here I'll give, here it was 50, here it was 100. So now I think 150 will be okay. A gap of 15 every labels. And similarly here X 220 is okay and Y will be similar to that of this. So 150. And I need to change the text also. Enter time. So whenever we enter time for simple interest, it should be in years. So I'll write in bracket in years. So I think everything is okay. Let's check. Let's run it. Yes, perfect. Exactly perfect. What we wanted. It's exactly what we wanted. Enter principal amount. So you can see I can enter rate of interest. So you can see I can enter years. I can enter the years also. Yes, perfect. So now what I want is a button, so that on click of the button, the result will be flashed on our GUI. So let's make a button on our calculator. So since we were making the objects of label as LBL and object of entry box as EN, object of a button will be like BTN. BTN, it will be a calculate button. So BTN cal is equals to button function, button, and I'll need to give the object of the window. It's very obvious that I must give window. Yeah, okay. And now I need to place that button. btn cal dot place. So I need its X to be more, means I want the button in towards more, what we can say, more towards left. Let's give it X as a try for 100, or we can give it, yes, okay, 100. And Y will be more than the last Y, means I want it below the entry box of time. So here is 150. Let's try it for 200. Y equals to 200. Let's see if I get any button. Int object. Oh, sorry. It's not 100. It's X equals to 100. X equals to 100. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes, you can see here a small button is there. It is a button, means we have successfully got the button, but we'll need to give some dimensions and make some changes in it. So we can even give text to the button. We haven't given text to our button. So firstly we will give the text equals to the text on my button will be calculate. So let's see if we have got the text. Oh yes, you can see perfect. It's also clickable. You can see calculate button. So now I want it to be more bigger, because the button and the text is much smaller. So I'll increase the font of the text on the button. I'll just copy the font attributes from the label and just paste it. I want the buttons attribute to be not 13, but let's try for 15. Let's change. And let's see if it's a bigger button. Yes, you can see the button is much bigger than previous one. It's as I wanted, but you can see that the window color and the button color is exactly same. It's not much differentiable between the button and the window. So what I want is to change the background color of the button. So let's change the background color of button. We can add another attribute, that is bg equals to, and give the color whatever we want. So let's try salmon color, and another comma need to be give. So let's try. Yes, you can see the calculate button is in different color than the GUI's color, and it's exactly what we want. It is also clickable. So now you can see that user can enter its input very easily, but on the click of the calculate, nothing is happening. So listen here carefully. What we are going to do here is we will give a function on this calculate button. We will call a function on the calculate button, and that function will get called when once we click this button. Once you click this button, the function will get activated, and whatever is inside that function will just happen. So let's make a function first. So if anyone is having problem in making functions or how to make functions, you can see the previous videos of Dr. Nilesh Sherke sir on how to build functions, so that you will be more clear on how to define functions. I am directly defining here a function. The name of the function will be calculate, sorry, calculate, calculate, and a function colon, that's it. So here just I'll give a small print statement, and I'll write inside that print, you are in calculate. So now what I want to do is, I want this function to be called on the click of this button. You can see this is the object of our button. I want this function to get called on click of this button. So for that, we'll have to add an attribute of command equals to lambda colon and the function name. Here our function name is calculate parenthesis. Yes, that's it. So this will call the function, and once we call the function, you are in calculate should get printed. Wait a minute, there is something wrong? An error is there. Let me check. calculate. Sorry, the spelling of lambda is LAMBDA. Lambda, yes, it's in different color also. So the spelling was wrong. Now it's okay. Let's see if on the click of the button, this print statement does get executed or not. Let's check. Here it doesn't matter if we take any input, because input is not used for the time being. Yes, you can see here print statement is here, you are in calculate, means we are successfully entering in the calculate function. So that makes my task very easy, because now what I do is I'll just calculate my answer in this calculate function and print it on my GUI. So now what we will do is take the input from the user, means whatever user has entered in the entry box, I'll just get that answer and send it to this calculate function. So to get the answer from the user, I'll just use a get function with the object name of the entry box, means the object of my principal amount is ENPAMT. So to get the answer, means to get the answer from user on click of the button, I'll just give dot get, and it is a function, so dot get and function. So it will just return us whatever user has entered in the text box. Similarly, we will do it for it to get whatever there is in the entry box of rate of interest. Entry box of rate of interest, that is ENROI dot get. Similarly, we will do the same for entry box of time. Yeah, oh sorry, we haven't changed the name of the entry box for time. We'll change first the name, EN time, and we'll pass this to the function EN time dot get. So I am sending 3 attributes to this while calling this function. So I must also expect these 3 attributes when I define the function. So my first attribute is principal amount. So PAMT, my variable name is PAMT. My second attribute is this result of in ROI, means rate of interest. So simply variable name will be ROI. And my third attribute is time. So I'll just name it as time. Yes, okay. And now what will I do in this it-in function is I'll just print all the three attributes sent by the function. Means print principal amount PAMT, rate of interest ROI, and time. So now let's see if the attributes entered, means the user, whatever the user enters is printed in this calculate function or not in the console. Let's see. I'll enter some values. Calculate. See, you can see that the value is printed on the console, means our values are successfully sent to the calculate function. So now we can calculate the rate, simple interest. Before calculating the simple interest, there is one small thing we need to do. Can anyone tell me that what is the type or what is the variable type of what we can say principal amount or ROI, all these variables? What are the type of these variables? Mean, are they string or are they integers or are these float? We cannot tell it directly. So let's check the type of these variables. So to check the type of any variable, there is a type function. Type will print the type of the principal amount variable. Let's check the type. Let me run it again. Just enter any value, it doesn't matter. See, class str means the type of this variable principal amount is string, but to calculate the simple interest we'll need to do a mathematical operation of principal interest into rate of interest into time divided by 100. So to do that we'll need the values in integers, but our values are in string. So first we'll have to typecast, means change the values from string to integer. So changing of these values from string to integer is called as typecasting. So I'll just use a small function here while calling this calculate function. Just add a small function int, and inside that int I'll just give that entry box dot get. Yes, that's it. This will just send my values in the form of integers. Int and rate of interest dot get. Similarly for time, int time dot get. That's it. This will send my values in terms of integers. So now again let's print the type of principal amount variable and check so that if it is changed from string to integer. Let's run it again. So let's give some values. It doesn't matter what are the values, just give it. Yes, you can see here class is equals to int. This int means all the variables are now in integer format. We have successfully converted them from string to integer. So now it will be much easier for us to do the mathematical operations on them. That is, we can make them integer. So to make it integer, to get the result, we want them to be an integer and we have converted them to integer. So now let's directly apply the formula to calculate the result. I'll store the answer in a variable called result. Result is equals to principal amount, that is PAMT, into rate of interest, that is ROI, into time, that is time, divided by 100, but it is whole divided by 100. So I'll just give a bracket to this complete one, and this whole divided by 100. Yes. So now my answer will be stored in a variable called result. Let's try to print this result variable and see if on the click of this on the click of the calculate button we get the proper result printed in our console or not. So let's run this GUI again. So yes, now enter some values. So now I should be value specific. So I'll give principal amount 5,000, rate of interest 5%, and time 3 years. So calculate. Here you can see 750 is printed on our console. That means for 5,000 and 5% for 3 years, our simple interest is 750. That is exactly correct. Means we are accurate on our formula and our everything. So now what remains is just to print this answer on our GUI, which is not a very big task. We'll just have to give another label. What we have to do is add a label below the calculate button so that on the click of this button, the label will show the answer. So I'll copy the code of the label, just copy, paste it here and change the name of my label. So since it is a result, it will print the result. I'll give it name as LBL RES, RES for result. Similarly, change it here, LBL RES. I'll not give any text to it because I don't want any text on it. It will be on the click of the button. Or I'll give a small text for the to check whether it is there or not answer. I'll remove it afterwards. And I need to give the X and Y coordinate to it also. So for this, my X coordinate, let's try it 50. And I'll give a Y coordinate it as, I want it more than, means it should be below calculate button, so it should be more than 200. So I'll try it for 250. Let's try it for 250. So let's see if there is a label of result. Here you can see answer. This answer label is there, but I think it's very small and it should be more downwards. So to increase the font of this answer, just change it from 13 to 20. It will change the font size, and to make it more downwards, just give it to 70. Let's run it. Yes, perfect. You can see the answer label is there. But for now, I don't want any text to be printed. I want text printed once I once I click on the calculate button. So I'll just remove this text attribute from this label. So now what I will do is send this label, this result label, this label which prints the result to our function, calculate function. Let's send it here after the time attribute, LBL RES. Okay. And since I'm sending it from here, I need to catch it here also. So here also I will increase one attribute. Yes, LBL RES. So instead of this print statement, I'll just print that on GUI, means using this label dot a config function, CONFIG config, we can change the text of this label. Means on the click of this calculate button, the text of this sorry, the T must be small. The text of this label will be result we will give the text as principal interest is equals to simple interest is equals to, and here I'll give %d. %d is used for substitute as a integer value, so it will be substituted with the integer value of result, and result is our variable for result. means this percent D will be substituted with the value of result which holds the answer of our mathematical calculations. So let's see if we are getting the answer printed on the click of the button. So I'll give 5,000 at my principal amount, rate of interest 5%, time for 3 years. So calculate. Yes, fantastic. You can see that the simple interest is 750 exactly printed on our GUI. But friends, can you see that if I want to calculate principal interest for some another value, means my principal amount is 10,000, rate of interest is 10, and year is 2 years. So I need to make change in every text box. Means here I'll have to change, then here again I will have to change, then again I'll have to change it here, calculate. So what I want is I'll give another button, a clear button here. So on the click of that clear button, all the text fields in this GUI will get blank, means it will be like blank, blank, and blank. Means on the click of that single button, all the three input boxes will be blank so that user can enter another values. So let's give that clear button. So I'll just copy the button code. I'll just copy it below the label one. I'll just change the name of that, but name of that object, btn clr. Since it is also a button, so btn will be there. And here I'll also change btn clr. The x, I'll need to change the x here. So here I think x will be more because I want it more towards the right of the calculate button. So my x will be, let's try to give a 250, 250, and y will be my same because the height of the both calculate and clear button will be same. Only the only the x will change, y will be the exactly same. So and the text will be not calculate but clear. Okay, and I'll just clear this function. Just clear this all the attributes in this calculate function and change it from calculate to clear. Okay, let's see if we get any clear button. Yes, you can see there is a clear button, but you won't get anything on the click of that button because we haven't applied any function yet on the click of this button. So what we will do in that function is whatever is entered by user, all the things entered by the user in this entry box will get cleared by just one click. So let's define another clear function. So below the calculate function, I'll define another function, def clear. So here I'll just to change the attributes, means to make the entry boxes blank, I'll have to send the objects of the entry box. So entry box of principal amount, I'll copy and just send it while calling the function. Entry box of rate of interest, copy and send it while calling the function. And the entry box of time, just copy it and send it while calling of the clear function. And another thing I'll send is the label, the result label for the result, because I also want the result to be blank. Means once the entries are removed, the result doesn't make any sense once the entries are gone. So I'll just remove the entries, the result also. So I have sent these four attributes. So since I'm sending it, I'll have to accept it on the clear function. So I'm also accepting it while defining the function. So once I define the function, what I'll do with these attributes is I'll take the first attribute, that is ENPAMT, which is the entry for our principal amount. and I'll just make it delete the content of this function enpamt dot delete, delete, and you just need to pass two arguments, that is 0 and right end in caps. Yes, that's it. What this command will do is clear the whatever is typed in this entry box of principal amount. It will just get cleared. So let me copy it and do the same thing for rate of interest, ENROI. This will just clear the rate of interest box, and EN time. This will just clear the time box. So let's see if it's working or not. Yes, 5,000, 5, rate of interest 5, time 3, calculate. Yes, you can see 750, correct answer, clear. Yes, exactly what we wanted. All the text boxes in our GUI are cleared, and we are free with, means we can now enter another input, whatever we want, without removing, means the previous one are gone. Calculate. Yes, clear. So, but friends, can you see that the answer is still displayed while the input entered by the user is gone? So now what we have to do is remove this answer also on click of this clear button. So what we will do, we will use this label of result label and make and change its text using the config function. The same function which we used above, we will use it here again to change its text. And here what we will do is change its text from nothing, means we will change its text to nothing, means first that text was simple interest is equals to our result. Now its text will be nothing, means the parentheses are open and after that they are closed, means just open it and just close it. So this will what this will do is the label will be there, but its text will be nothing, so we'll see nothing on the screen. So let's see if it's working. Just give 5,000 for 5% and year is 3 years. Calculate. You can see everything is working, and on the clear button, yes, what we exactly wanted is to clear our complete GUI. Our GUI is now ready to accept another input from the user. Let's try it. Yes, exactly what we wanted. So friends, you have seen that we have done this much of coding, but for someone who doesn't understand the full coding and just wants to use the GUI for, or just wants to calculate the simple interest, he can simply run this code and he'll be happy just to enter 3 amounts and get the answer very fast without any tension or without any nothing much to do. So I think you all like today's video. This was your first lecture on GUI, so you might have felt it difficult, but if you use tkinter twice, thrice, every time, be by heart to you. If you write me in comments, I'll give you the coding of this tutorial, guys. I'll be very happy if you want to try this at your home and everywhere. And also put your comments below about how you like the lecture. Please feel free to comment and give your positive response to me. And through this lecture, you must have understood how to build graphical user interface. I appeal you people to share this digital content with your friends. Also, please subscribe this channel and also share the video. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.